or achieving something. It traditionally refers to an architectural or engineering drawing characterized by white lines on a blue background. So the blueprint that God identified in the book of Genesis was what a man was supposed to do and what a man was called to do. And so just like there's an architectural blueprint, God has a blueprint. And with God's blueprint, he's the designer. He has a vision for us. He has a vision for men. We have to follow his vision. Just like an architect, when they start building a building, they have to follow what's on the paper in order to get the results that they put on the paper. So God is our designer. Secondly, the plans are created before the building is ever constructed. So when God put Adam in the garden, he knew what he was doing. He had already had a plan before he placed Adam in the garden. With a blueprint, you also have some details. You have something what's called specs, which is specifications. You have some materials, you have some procedures. You have all of that within the blueprint in order for the construction folk to be able to build what they see on that paper. The key word in this scripture is mentioned several times, serve. Serve is the same word as dress. So we were created to do what God called us to do, to be a steward of what he's called us to do by serving others. So as a father, our responsibility, one of our responsibilities is to serve not only our family, to serve our community, serve our society. Because there's a lot of times when people are fathers, but they're not biological fathers. And so we might show them like, you're not a father. Yes, they are. Before I had TJ, Jamon, and Jalen, I had a lot of kids that came to me and needed advice, direction. I provided advice, direction. Does a father provide advice and direction? I provided love and compassion. So even if you don't have biological children and you fulfill the role of a mentor, or you provide an insight, acknowledging children and helping them on their way in their journey, you are a father. Make God your top priority. That's for fathers and anybody in here. You make God your top priority. That means you have a relationship with God. That relationship is not always built to its full capacity in public. That relationship is built in private moments that allow you to have public influence. But if you don't take the time to build that relationship in private, then your public influence won't have the impact that God designated for you to have, because you don't take the time out in private to grow in your relationship with God. I'm not fussing, I'm just talking. So we have to be devoted to God. The best thing that we can do as fathers is to show our kids how much we love God with our entire heart. And we have to be consistent when we do that. Because if we're not consistent, you can't take somebody where you're not willing to go. If I'm not exemplifying the love of God and how much I love God and how much I'm devoted to God, there's no way that TJ and Jamon and Jalen are going to follow me based on that. Because I'm just talking a good game. They have to see me consistently work and be devoted to God, and he's my top priority.